So we're all having a baby. Holy shit. I'm gonna be a dad.
What?
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
What?
You guys finally finished season 2 of The Last of Us, right? Buckle up, because I've got thoughts. The moment they killed Joel, I knew it was over. And apparently, a bunch of you did too, because the audience shot off a cliff faster than Ellie during a clicker attack. I mean, it is called an adaptation from the game, so they could do something else probably. By episode 2 or 3, we lost like 30% of viewers. Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at a gut-punched 49%. Wow. That's officially rotten for the first time. And fans have been lighting torches all over the internet. So let's dive into this dumpster fire and break down exactly why Season 2 is such a steaming pile of regret. So, just wrapped up episode 4, and yeah, I've gotta be real with you. I'm pretty let down by how this season's turning out. I've been trying to stay open-minded, especially as someone who absolutely loves the game, but some of these creative choices, I mean, they're just not landing. Maybe it plays better for folks who never touched the game, but for longtime fans like me, the emotional core feels diluted.
No way.
Yeah. Let me walk you through my thoughts. The good and the not so good as well. And fair warning, the bad list is definitely a bit longer. Alright, Pedro Pascal is Joel, still flawless. I mean, the man is Joel. Every glance, every breath. He says more, with silence than most actors do with a monologue. Even knowing what was coming, this, his final scene crushed me. They didn't need the exact game dialogue to make it hit hard even. Easily a 10 out of 10. But Caitlin Dever as Abby, I mean, she's been strong so far. A few moments felt a bit off, but overall, she brings the anger, the leadership, and the trauma. The little things like, the golf club sound on the third hit.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
Really sell the tension. I mean, solid 8 out of 10. And about Gabriel Luna as Tommy, his bloater fight might be the best action moment we've seen in either season. His emotional arc makes sense, even if I didn't love it at first. You feel his loyalty to Joel and Ellie, and so it would be another 8 out of 10 for me.
What the hell is even that?
Young Mazzino as Jazz, he surprised me, honestly. I didn't expect to like him this much, but he nails Jazz's essence even in scenes that weren't in the game. Feels authentic 8 out of 10. Isabela Merced as Dina, record of the season for me. I didn't have strong feelings about Dina in the game, but Isabela owns this role. She lights up every scene she's in. Seriously, she's outshining everyone, including Bella Ramsey. A 10 out of 10. Maybe you disagree, but a 10 out of 10 really. And about visuals and world building, the action and infected scenes are top notch. They are very good, especially the stalker sequence. The infected feel more dangerous than in season 1, and the set design absolutely beautiful. Joel's Porsche, the party, snow-covered streets, they nailed the atmosphere. I also appreciated the added depth to Isaac. In the game, he felt like just a name, but here we're finally seeing his presence and why he matters. But let's get to the bad section. First, Bella Ramsey as Ellie. Look, I know this will spark debate, but I've struggled with Bella since season 1. I kept hoping she'd grow into Ellie, but after 13 episodes, it's just not clicking. Her emotional range doesn't land for me, especially in pivotal scenes like Joel's death or the party moment with Dina. I get that people say it's unfair to compare her to Ashley Johnson, but come on, it is the same character. Ashley shattered me in the games. But Bella, no, not really. I saw YouTube comments and Reddit threads spitting fire like, her voice is too high-pitched, she can't possibly lead a show. Honestly, can you blame them? Bella was adorable as Lina Mormont. I loved her in Game of Thrones. She's a great actress. But now, she's somehow supposed to sell us a hardened, vengeance-obsessed Ellie. Fans have her voice memed like crazy. We should be, critical about these things. Listen, I love Bella. But come on, she's got a kid voice, and that's just biology and nobody's fault. But it means the post-Joel Ellie is off the rails. Every time she tries to sound tough I'm like, oh look, it's Peter Pan with a gun. Alright, now to storytelling and structure. Abby's reveal. I mean, the way they restructured Abby's intro undercuts her arc entirely. In the game, we hate her before we understand her. That transformation is what makes the journey work. Here, opening with her grief and motivation just dulls the impact. I mean, it destroys the arc that we experienced in the game. Which brings us to the tone shift. I mean, Season 1 had heart, humor, and hope layered under the gloom. But Season 2 is like they took a dark, gritty, apocalyptic story and dunked it headfirst into a dreary political lecture. Remember that council meeting in Episode 3?
People came and killed Joel. Well, because we're not supposed to. Forgive and be forgiven.
What in heaven's name are you talking about?
Holy crap, I mean, instead of an action-packed zombie fight or cunning ambush, we got 20 minutes of sitting around talking about community vibes and freaking commune, this and that. Everyone's holding hands and quoting marks like it's some freaking weekly Bible study. Are you kidding me? This is a TV show. It was the most ham-fisted political scene I've ever seen on TV. The apocalypse has hit, and their answer is to set up a community meeting with tie-dye posters and motivational speeches.
Corn, some of you have heard me say, is not
Corn.
You serious?
It felt like a bad SNL skit on how to survive the end of the world. And it didn't stop there. At this point, I was half expecting freaking rainbow flags in every corner. Of course, we did get that. Seattle turned into a living all-union rally. You'd think people running for their lives would be more worried about clickers than campus politics? Yeah. No. Ellie and Dina strolled, into town like it's Pride Month, and suddenly the show can't shut up about its politics. Creepy wolf cult running around chanting "Sisterhood," check. Federal Army being evil fascists, check. LGBTQ+++ representation everywhere, yeah. I mean, all due respect, I have no problem with these people, but I'm saying that there was no subtlety, guys. At one point, a character even pauses to point out how men are the real monsters, not zombies. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Meanwhile, zombies themselves barely do anything. I saw maybe 2 stupid jump scares the whole season. Those mutated cannibals got promoted to background extras. If I wanted to spend more time with people than the actual zombies, I would have just played the Sims Apocalypse Edition, right? And oh boy, they sure really leaned into being a message machine. I mean, in 2 episodes, we got more ideology than Game of Thrones ever pretended to have. Each scene felt like a newsroom editorial. Ellie now goes on her little kill spree, but between kills, she's constantly spouting these cheesy lines about how revenge is wrong, we should take someone to dinner instead, or some beige romance book nonsense. It was as if Neil Druckmann got bored and thought, hey, let's distract them with a philosophical tangent. I mean, you have Ellie gunning down goons and then saying, even my brother's attacker deserves respect. Respect for a guy who just tried to murder your brother. Calm down with the kumbaya, Ellie. Fans aren't playing The Sims, they know how survival works. So, key game moments, lost or rewritten, I would say. Joel's iconic say whatever speech you got is gone, replaced with something far weaker, I think. Murdering Joel makes absolutely zero sense. I know they're just following the game, but it is called an adaptation. I think they could do something else. Everyone who played the game knew it was coming, and I can't believe HBO still did it. Joel was the heart of the show, the crusty badass who somehow cracked a smile in this rotten world. Without him, it's just Ellie wandering around aimlessly. Season 1 threw right on that grumpy old man-daughter dynamic, right? Joel the heart-beating dad figure, and Ellie the hopeful kid. He's the protector with the scars and sweet tooth. She's the smart-ass kid with a Glock in her back pocket. They balance each other perfectly. Kill Joel and you lose the emotional anchor, which is exactly what happened here. The show went from lovably gruff father figure to Ellie just screaming into the void. Seriously, we've replaced the whole father-daughter contrast with two very similar young women. It's basically the same person on repeat now. I mean, Dina and Ellie. Shocker, right? Very boring. And then we got the guitar and the porch moment. Came way too early. That's a season 3 ending kind of moment, I think. Dropping it now ruins the emotional build. And then we have the New York's dance with Dina. Right timeline, I mean, but wrong tune. Bella's delivery didn't convey Ellie's conflict at all. Even though Isabela gave a stellar performance, it just didn't land. And about the petrol mission, swap, Tommy and Dina switching roles, felt unnecessary. I mean, Marius could have easily filled Tommy's shoes, right? And about Eugene's bunker. In the game, it was a bounding moment. Here, it's just set dressing. I mean, they kept the visuals but skipped the emotional weight, so it felt empty a bit. And about Ellie and Dina's intimacy. Their relationship kicks off after a chaotic scene where Ellie gets bitten and Dina pulls a gun on her. From fear to romance in one jump. It felt rushed and unearned, and then, right before their kiss, Dina casually drops the pregnancy reveal. No build-up, no emotional fallout, no tension. I mean, Ellie just accepts it, and we move on. It's bizarre, considering how huge that moment was in the game. And about filler episodes. Again, episode 3 felt like filler. You could have told that the story in 3 to 4 minutes. Reminded me of Season 1's pacing problem, where out of 9 episodes, 2 were basically detours. Yes, Bill and Frank's story was powerful, and I really liked it. Yes, we needed Ellie and Riley's background, but now you've only got 7 episodes and you're still wasting time instead of fleshing, out the main arc. If you want slow burn storytelling, give us more episodes, even more than 10. That's no problem. And about Tommy's absence in Seattle, one of the most gripping parts of Ellie's journey in the game was following Tommy's trail, seeing the wreckage he leaves behind. It showed how revenge consumes people. The breadcrumb trail gave us emotional context. Without it, Ellie's mission feels hollow. And about Wolves versus, Seraphites conflict, why are we diving to this, subplot now? Let us live with Ellie's mission first. We don't need to dilute the focus this early. I really didn't like that one. Well, the final thoughts. So I watched this episode. Maybe that's why I'm a little extra salty, but I really expected more. Season 1 had flaws, sure, but it still hit hard. This season, it feels like the soul of the story is getting lost in the shuffle. We've got some amazing performances like Pedro, Isabela, Gabriel, but also some serious missteps in pacing, writing, and emotional payoff. What is HBO doing here? I'm not sure. Season 1 can get an easily 8.5 out of 10. I really loved it. But Season 2, so far, it would get a 5 out of 10 for me. Some of you will tell me Season 2 is just greasy, real life is hard, stop whining. Sure, reality can be hard, but do we need 19 straight hours of somber sermons? And others will say, it's art bro, you don't get it. You know what? The Last of Us has always been about hope despite the horror. This season is just horror copy-pasted with no hope at all. Even the PT one-liners, the camera at the wrong time moments, are missing or lame. I mean, instead, we get Ellie chewing scenery like apparently gum through every scene. So yeah, after wrapping Season 2, I'm shaking my head. Fans predicted it, the numbers predicted it, HBO did exactly the thing that ruined The Walking Dead or even the Game of Thrones. They're good at it, but in a show that was supposed to be better than that. We'll see if HBO gets a Season 3. I'll keep an eye out, but honestly, even the thought of paying attention to Joel's comeback if it happens just made me roll my eyes. I think they'll can it or jump straight to Joel Resurrection surprise twist like what happened in Game of Thrones with Jon Snow, probably. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks for putting up with this rant. Drop me a comment below, do you agree I'm right or am I just being a cranky snowflake? Let me know. And of course, like and subscribe if you feel like torturing yourself with more of these reviews, because trust me, between Game of Thrones, reruns and random HBO mashups, I'll still have plenty to rant about. Stay snarky you guys, this is Dave, complaining from the apocalypse. See you next time, hopefully on a better show.